Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about electoral bonds, and at the end of the video we are going to discuss some important MCQs based on this topic. So let's start by looking at the relevance of this topic. So with regard to NABARD, this is relevant for the ESI portion in the subtopics Indian political system and current economic and social issues. And in RBI, this topic is relevant in the subtopics Indian political system for ESI and alternate sources of finance for FM. So recently there was a news headline that Honorable Finance Minister Shri Arun Jaitley ji has notified electoral bonds for political donations. So electoral bonds will be used by donors to make donations to political parties, and in these donations banks will be acting as intermediaries. Now let's learn more about this scheme. Now, electoral bond scheme was announced by the government in the Union Budget of 2017. So this was not in Union Budget 2018, but in Union Budget of 2017. Now these bonds are designed to act just like a bearer instrument. Bearer instrument is like a currency note. You can give this currency note to the political party which you want to give donation, and that political party will get the amount in its bank account. These bonds do not carry any interest. They are free of any interest. They can be purchased by any citizen of India or any body which is incorporated in India, provided it fulfills the required KYC requirements. So here are the broad highlights of the electoral bonds which you can see here. Now these are in the nature of bearer instruments. These are interest free. A citizen of India or any body which is incorporated in India may buy these bonds, provided they fulfill the KYC norms, and they can be purchased by making payment from a bank account. They have a very short life of around 15 days, and they can be used to make donations to political parties, and they will be available for purchase in the respective quarters, and even denominations are also specified. Now let us see each of these things in detail in our subsequent slides. So here you can see the basic framework of the entire electoral bond scheme. So you can see here that there is a person who wishes to donate some amount of money to a political party. Now one way can be that this person directly hands over the cash to the political party, but the demerit of this would be that this would be an entirely non-transparent or opaque system without any involvement of formal banking channels. But that person would get anonymity in donating cash directly to the political party. So we wish to devise a scheme in which we can use the formal banking channel as well as give this donor anonymity in donating to the political party. So all these points are covered under the scheme of electoral bonds. So what this donor does is he goes to the bank, puts the cash in the bank, and obtains bonds from the bank. Now these bonds are similar to the currency notes and are like a bearer instrument which this donor can later on give to a political party of his or choice. So the political party can use these bonds to get cash from the specified bank in its bank account. So here you can see that the formal banking channels are involved, and at the same time anonymity is maintained that who is donating the money to the political party. Now these bonds will be issued only in the multiples of 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh and 1 crore. So these are the multiples which have been specified for the electoral bonds. Now these bonds will only be available at specified branches of State Bank of India, and they can be bought by the donor only with a KYC compliant account. Donors can donate the bonds to the political party of their choice, and that political party can get that money through their verified account within 15 days. So this is the basic pro forma for using electoral bonds. Now let us look at the various conditions which are there with respect to the electoral bonds. Now these bonds will be available for purchase only for a period of 10 days. So it's a very short period which is available for purchasing these bonds, and that will be in the beginning of every quarter. So in the first 10 days of January, first 10 days of April, first 10 days of July, and first 10 days of October, these bonds will be available for purchase. Now whenever there will be Lok Sabha elections, an additional period of 30 days will be specified by the central government, because that will be the period when the political parties would be in the need for donations. So this additional period will be provided. Now a very important point to note here is that the electoral bonds will not bear the name of a donor. So it will not be written on the bond, it will not be written on the bond what is the name of the donor. So these will be like the anonymous donations. Now in a sense, what will happen is that the donor and the party details will be available with the bank. So the bank will have all the details of the donor as well as the political party, but they both will not be aware of each other. So this is the beauty of this scheme, that the donor and the political party can remain anonymous. So what are the conditions which a political party has to comply to obtain donations through electoral bonds? Now it is very important that the political party who wishes to obtain donations through electoral bonds gets itself registered under the Representation of People's Act. So political party has to be a registered one, and it has to secure at least 1% of the total votes polled in the recent Lok Sabha or the state elections. So 1% vote share and registration under the Representation of People Act is necessary to obtain money under the electoral bond scheme. Also, the political parties will be allotted a verified account by the Election Commission of India, and in this verified account they can obtain the donations through electoral bonds. These donations can only be made via this account. So this is the only way through which you can make political donations through electoral bonds, in these accounts only. Now let us come to the most important question, that do electoral bonds promote transparency in real sense? Now in this perspective we can say that the present system of cash donations is totally non-transparent, where everything is undisclosed, and when this system comes in place, some element of transparency would be introduced. How some element of transparency would be introduced? As now all the donors who are donating money will declare in their accounts the amount of bonds that they have purchased, and similarly on the other side the political parties would be declaring the amount of bonds that they have received. So some amount of transparency is definitely going to be introduced, and defending this amount of some amount of secrecy which is there in this scheme. Now some secrecy is there in the scheme, and this has been acknowledged by the finance minister also, and he has said that this secrecy is necessary for the scheme, because once all the disclosures are made, past experience shows that the donor do not find the scheme attractive. So if all the information becomes public, the donors do not find that scheme very much in their favor. They do not want that their names should be disclosed. They may eventually move towards giving money in cash only. So it is necessary that some amount of secrecy is there, and this system ensures this only. Now let us look at some MCQs based on the electoral bonds which we have just covered. Which of the following is incorrect with respect to electoral bonds? An electoral bond is designed to be a bearer instrument. It will be similar to a bank note. Bonds will carry interest at the rate of 6% per annum, or none of the above. So this we have already seen. The answer is C. Bonds will carry interest at the rate of 6% per annum. Who of the following can purchase electoral bonds? Any citizen of India, any body incorporated in India, any resident in India, both A and B. This again has been covered by us. The answer is D, both A and B. Electoral bonds will be made available at specified branches of which of the following banks? Punjab National Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, State Bank of India, Union Bank of India. So this has been covered by us. It is State Bank of India. Electoral bonds must be encashed by the donee political party in their verified account within a period of 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, or none of the above. So this we have already seen. The answer is 15 days. For the purpose of obtaining verified account from the Election Commission for electoral bonds, which of the following conditions have to be fulfilled by a political party? Party should be registered under Section 29A of Representation of People Act 1951. The party should have secured at least 1% of the votes polled in the recent Lok Sabha or the state elections, both A and B, either A or B. So this again has been covered by us. The answer is C, both A and B. Which of the following is incorrect regarding electoral bonds? They will be issued in the multiples of 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh and 1 crore. They will be available for purchase for 10 days period in the beginning of every quarter. Electoral bonds will not bear the name of the donor, none of the above. So we have seen that all these are true for electoral bonds. So the answer here would be D, none of the above. So these are all the answers to the questions. So guys, this was all about electoral bonds. Thank you.